Compliments of the day to your viewers. My name is Ms. Makanga, an accounts teacher at Kickman Highview College. Today we are going to be taking you through our accounts lesson on depreciation of fixed assets. Please viewers, do not forget to like our Facebook page as well as follow our Facebook page and also our Instagram and Twitter accounts on Kickman Schools. Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning, Ms. Makanga.
How are you today?
Fine, thanks, and how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. So today we are going to have our lesson on depreciation of fixed assets or non-current assets. So boys and girls, I want you to describe for me what you are seeing on the pictures below. There's picture 1 and picture 2. What are you seeing on those pictures? Yes, Chadewa.
I see that picture 1 looks like it's new, and picture 2 looks like it has lasted for 3 years and now it has depreciated.
Correct. Okay, picture 1 it shows that our desk is new, and picture 2 it shows that our desk is an old desk. Are we together? So from those pictures, can you try and define what is depreciation? From those pictures, can you try and define what is depreciation? Yes, Tanaka?
Depreciation is wear and tear of assets.
Wear and tear of assets, yes, not quite. Can someone want to try to help Tanaka? Someone want to help Tanaka? Yes, Ruma?
Depreciation is the loss in value of a fixed asset.
Wonderful. Loss in the value of a fixed asset. Are we together? When we buy a fixed asset, for example, that new desk on picture 1 is new, right? But that second desk on picture 2, it wasn't bought like that. And at one point, it was a new desk, but due to use, it gets overdone, and that is why it is now looking like that. It's no longer new. So there's a process that is called depreciation that has happened there, and yes, that is what we call depreciation. That loss in the value of a fixed asset. Yes, that is our definition of depreciation. It refers to the loss in the value of a fixed asset over a period of time. Depreciation is caused by quite a number of factors. We are going to explain them later, but we just are merely mentioning them. We have wear and tear, erosion, time, rust, rot, decay, obsolescence, inadequacy, and depletion. All these factors, they cause depreciation. For depreciation to take place, those factors would have happened. Are we together? Okay, we also want to define fixed assets. We said we are talking of depreciation of fixed assets. They are what we call fixed assets or non-current assets. These fixed assets, these are properties bought for use within the business and have a usage life of more than a year. When this desk was bought by Kickman Group of Schools, and it was bought for use in a school, not for resale. That is why you are using it to write, and yes, you are writing using on top of this desk. It was bought for use, not for resale. And these are fixed assets. All fixed assets, they last for a period more than a year in business. We do not just use a fixed asset for 6 months. We use a fixed asset for a period that is more than a year. Can I have other examples of fixed assets that you know? Other examples of fixed assets? Yes, Ruba?
Motor vehicles.
Motor vehicles, correct, yes.
Buildings.
Buildings, wonderful. Computers, yes. Vans, correct. And we have also fixtures and fittings, machinery, furniture.
Can you please
all
speak up
those
when you
are
respond,
fixed
okay?
Assets. Are we together? Yes. Okay, but amongst all those fixed assets that we have mentioned, there's only one fixed asset that we say it can depreciate for quite some time, but due to when something happens, it gets new and the value increases. What is that fixed asset? Yes, Chaliwa. Buildings. What happens to buildings?
When they're in the business for a long time, they appreciate because they get renovated.
Correct. When a building, in as much as a building may depreciate at one point, but if that building, when it gets renovated, it becomes a new building. Therefore, we say buildings, they appreciate in value, they do not depreciate. Are we together? Yes. So take note of that. Amongst all the fixed assets that we have mentioned, only buildings, we say they appreciate in value, they do not depreciate. Are we together? Yes. Now we want to move on to the causes of depreciation. On the causes of depreciation, we have what we call physical deterioration. And under physical deterioration, we have what we call wear and tear. Yes. Can someone read for us? Yes, Beauty.
Wear and tear. When a motor vehicle or machinery or fixtures and fittings are used, they eventually wear out.
Yes. When a motor vehicle or machinery or fixtures and fittings are used, they eventually wear out. And yes, what are we saying? This is part of machinery or fixtures and fittings. This and when you use them, at the end of the day, they will eventually wear out, and we will say depreciation has taken place. So wear and tear is one of the causes of depreciation. And then we also have erosion, rust, rot, and decay. It is another cause of depreciation. Lands may be eroded or wasted away by the action of wind, rain, sun, and other elements of nature. Yes, we have seen where erosion has taken place, right? In geography, we have done this and yes, okay. And then similarly, metals in motor vehicles or machinery will rust away. Yes, we have seen machinery that has rusted away, right? Yes, we will say depreciation is taking place. Wood will rot eventually. Decay is a process which will also be present due to the elements of nature and the lack of proper attention. Yes, so all these are causes of depreciation. So these pictures will help you understand some of those factors that we have just explained. On the first picture, that rot has taken place, and then on the second picture, rust has taken place. Are we together? We can see that yes, this is a grader on the second picture, and it is rusted away. And then the first picture, that is wood that has rotten, and yes, all those are the causes of depreciation. And then we go on to economic factors. Under economic factors, we have what we call obsolescence. Obsolescence, this is the process of becoming out of date. When we buy our machinery or our equipment or any fixed asset in business, and then maybe we use it for the first 3 years, and then after 3 years, that fixed asset, it become out of date. For example, what are we seeing on those pictures? What are we seeing on those two pictures? Yes, Tadiwa?
We see computers.
Yes, we have an old desktop and a new desktop. Nowadays, are we still using that first desktop? Are we still using it? No, it has become out of date. We are now using that second desktop. So we say obsolescence has taken place as a cause of depreciation. Are we together? Yes. So it is a process of becoming out of date. Like that first desktop, it has become out of date. We are no longer using it these days. We are now using the second desktop. Are we together? Also, another cause of depreciation, we have inadequacy. This arises when an asset is no longer used because of the growth and changes in the size of the business. When we are talking of inadequacy, now we are saying the fixed asset might not be out of date, but due to the changes in the size of the business, maybe we started as a small business, but now we are now a big business, and we are not. There are some fixed assets that we may not keep on using due to the changes in the size of our business, and those fixed assets we say they've depreciated due to the inadequacy. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes. Now we move on to time as another cause of depreciation. Obviously, time is needed for wear and tear, erosion, etc., and for obsolescence and inadequacy to take place. For all those causes of depreciation that we have mentioned earlier, wear and tear, inadequacy, erosion, rust, rot, and decay. For all those causes to take place, time is needed. Therefore, time on its own is another cause of depreciation. Are we together there?
Yes.
Also, we have depletion. is another cause of depreciation. Other assets are of wasting character, perhaps due to the extraction of raw materials from them. For example, natural resources such as mines, quarries, oil wells. Have we ever been to mines? Okay, one day you have to make sure that you visit some mines. So on that picture we have a depleted coal mine field. You see the holes there. It's like the land can't be used for anything else. So we say that land is depleted, and depletion is another cause of depreciation. Yes, if you visit mines one day, you will see there will be heaps of soils and some holes in that land. There's nothing else that can be used for that land, and we say that land is depleted. Are we together? Yes. So basically, those are the causes of depreciation. And then a question will come. Final example: state any 5 causes of depreciation. Is that going to be difficult? Is that going to be difficult? Okay, let's mention them randomly. Yes? Ruba? Erosion, correct. Stanley? Time, yes. Matipa? Decay, correct. Tadiwa? Rust, yes. Beauty? Yes. Rot, correct. Yes, all those are the causes of depreciation. Now we want to move on to the methods of calculating depreciation. In accounts, we have to calculate this depreciation. When it takes place, we want to attach monetary value to that depreciation. How do we attach monetary value to depreciation? We calculate depreciation using those methods. So basically, there are 7 methods of calculating depreciation. We have number 1. Yes, beauty. Straight line method. Number 2, Tanaka. Reducing balance method. Number 3, Godfrey.
Revaluation method.
Revaluation method, correct. Number 4, yes.
Depletion unit method.
Depletion unit method. Number 5, Rachel.
Machine hour method.
Machine hour method. Number 6, Tanaka. Number 6,
Sum of the years digits method.
sum of the years digits method. Number 7, yes.
Units of output methods.
Units of output method. So those are the 7 methods of calculating depreciation. And the question will come again, list any 4 or 5 methods of calculating depreciation. You just list for us straight line method, reducing balance method, and so on and so on. But we are going to dwell much on the first 2 methods of calculating depreciation, that is the straight line method and the reducing balance method. Are we together? Yes. So we want to see how do we calculate depreciation using the straight line method. What is that straight line method? By this method, the number of years of use is estimated. The cost is then divided by the number of years to give the depreciation charge each year. What are we saying? We buy a machine, right? We know the cost price of that machine. And then we also know the number of years that we are estimating to keep the machine in business, right? Yes. So we also know after this so and so number of years that we are going to keep the machine in business, how much are we going to sell the machine at the end? That is our disposal value. So we have a formula of calculating depreciation using the straight line method. Depreciation is equal to the cost of a fixed asset minus the disposal value or the scrap value, all this over a number of years. Like I said, the cost of a fixed asset, how much we have bought our fixed asset minus the disposal value, how much are we going to sell our fixed asset over a number of years, for how many years are we going to keep the fixed asset in business. That is our formula. It must be in your head because that is the formula of calculating depreciation using the straight line method. Are we together? Yes, yes. So we have the cost refers to the buying price of a fixed asset. For example, 2,000. Disposal value refers to the amount that the fixed asset is going to be sold after its useful time in business. For example, $400. And then number of years refers to the time period that the fixed asset is going to be kept in business. Okay. Now we want to move on to an example. We want to work an example so that we see what exactly are we talking about. Before that, let's just explain the reducing balance method. In this method, a fixed percentage for depreciation is deducted from the cost in the first year. In the second year or latter years, the same percentage is taken for the reduced balance, that is the cost less depreciation already charged. This method is also known as the diminishing balance method or the diminishing debit balance method. So the reducing balance method, it can also be called the diminishing balance debit method or the diminishing balance method. How do we calculate depreciation using the reducing balance method? We are saying you will be given a fixed percentage, and then that fixed percentage is deducted from the cost price of a fixed asset in the first year. And then in the second year and later years, the same percentage, the percentage doesn't change. For example, 20%, it doesn't change, but now it will be taken on the reduced balance. That will be the cost price minus the depreciation for the first year. Are we together? We are going to see it more as we are going to be working the example. So now we want to go on to our example and see and try and calculate depreciation using the straight line method and the reducing balance method. Are we together? Yes, that is our example. Can someone read for us? Tanaka, Taliwa.
A bus is bought for 56,000. It will be used for 4 years and then sold back to the supplier for $18,000. The required is show the depreciation calculations rounding up to the nearest dollar for each year using A, the straight line method, and B, the reducing balance method with a rate of 25%.
Correct. Yes, we are saying a bus is bought for 56,000. So 56,000 is our cost price. Is that so? Yes, we bought a bus for how much? For 56,000, making 56,000 our cost price. It will be used for 4 years. How many years are we going to use the bus in business? 4 years. Yes, and then after 4 years of using the bus in our business, we are going to sell it out for how much? For 18,000. Are we together? So 18,000 is our disposal value. Are we together? And then the question requires us to show that depreciation calculations are rounding up to the nearest dollar using the straight line method and the reducing balance method. Now we want to start with the straight line method. What did I say is the formula of calculating depreciation using the straight line method? How do we calculate depreciation using the straight line method? The formula, yes, Ruba?
Cost less residual value over number.
Cost less residual value over number of years. Yes, so depreciation is equal to cost of a bus less the disposal value. All this over number of years. Let's substitute there. What is the cost of the bus? Cost of the bus. How much did we buy our bus? Yes, Beauty.
56,000.
56,000. How much are we going to dispose of our bus, Stanley?
18,000.
18,000. For how many years are we going to keep our bus, Rachel?
4 years.
4 years. So if we say 56,000 minus 18, what do we have? Let's calculate. Godfrey? 38,000. Is it correct? 38,000?
Yes.
38,000. All this divided by 4 years. What do we have? 38,000 divided by 4. Tanaka?
9,500.
9,500. Yes. So 9,500 each year for how many years? For 4 years. So we are saying our bus is going to depreciate with 9,500 each year for 4 years that we are going to keep it in business. Which means for the first year it's going to lose value by 9,500. For the second year it's going to lose value by 9,500. Third year it's going to lose value by 9,500. Fourth year is going to lose value by 9,500 as well. Are we together? Yes. Now we want to allocate each depreciation value for each year or on each year. Now let's do this. of a bus, we said is how much? 56,000. And then we say depreciation for first year is how much? Depreciation for first year? Stanley? 9,500, correct? Now let's subtract 56,000 minus 9,500. What do we have? 56,000 minus Troy?
46,500.
46,500. Is that so? 46,500? Yes. 46,500. So after first year, our bus was now costing 46,500. It had depreciated by 9,500. Now we want to see depreciation for second year. What is our depreciation charge for second year? Tanaka?
It's 9,500.
9,500. Again, with the straight line method, that depreciation charge doesn't change. Yes. So 46,500 minus 9,500. What do we have, Ruba? 37,000. So after 2 years, our bus was now costing 37,000. It had depreciated by 9,500 for the second year by 9,500 again. We want to see depreciation for third year. What is our depreciation charge for third year, Taniwa? 9,500. It doesn't change. Yes, let's subtract 37,000 minus 9,500. Yes, Butte?
27,500.
27,500, correct?
Yes.
Yes, so after 3 years, our bus was now costing 27,500. And then we want to see for the fourth year, that after we reduce that depreciation for fourth year, it was now costing how much? What is our depreciation charge for the fourth year? 9,500. Correct. 27,500 minus 9,500, yes?
18,000.
18,000. 18,000. What is 18,000? What is the name given to that 18,000? Beauty.
Disposal.
Yes, it's our disposal value. If we go back to our question, here, we will see there. A bus is bought for 56,000. It will be used for 4 and then sold back to the supplier for 18,000. Which means at the end, if we do this, we must come up with our disposal value at the end. Are we together? Yes. So 18,000 is our disposal value. Are we together there? Yes. It is right? Calculating depreciation using the straight line method. Yes, okay. Now we want to move on to calculating depreciation using the reducing balance method. Okay. With the reducing balance method now, the cost of a bus, does it change? No. It doesn't change, right? It's still 56,000. But now we want to calculate depreciation for first year using the reducing balance method. We have been given the rate, right? Yes. What is the rate? Tanaka?
25%.
25%. So we say 25 over 100. For the first year, we have been told that we say the percentage multiplied by the cost price of the fixed asset. So it's 25 over 100 multiplied by what? 25% of what? Tadiwa?
The cost of the bus.
How much is the cost of the bus? Yes, Tadiwa?
56,000.
56,000. So if we say 25% of 56,000, how much is it? Troy?
14,000.
14,000. Is that so? 14,000. Yes. So if we say 56,000 minus 14,000, what do we have? Stanley? 42,000. So which means after first year, using the reducing balance method, our bus had depreciated by 14,000 and it was now costing 42,000. Are we together? Yes. Now we want to calculate depreciation for second year. Does the rate change? It doesn't change, right? So it's still 25%, 25 over 100. But now of how much? Of how much? 25% of what? Yes, Ruba?
42,000.
Of 42,000. That is the reduced amount. Is 42,000. How much do we have? If we say 25 over 100 multiplied by 42,000. Yes, Beauty?
10,500.
10,500, correct. 10,500. So in the second year, our bus depreciated by 10,500. How much do we have at the end? If we say 42,000 minus 10,500, 42,000 minus 10,500. Yes, Tadiwa?
31,500.
31,500. 31,500. So after 2 years, our bus was now costing 31,500. Now we want to calculate depreciation for the third year. We said the rate doesn't change out. Okay. 25%. Now of how much? 25% of what? 25% of what? Yes, Godfrey. Correct, of 31,500. If we say 25 over 100 multiplied by 31,500, what do we have? Yes, Tanaka. 7,875. So if we say, is it Thomas? Okay, 31,500 minus 7,875, what do we have? If we say, let's calculate. If we say 31,000 minus 7,875, destroy
23,625.
23,625. Yes, now let's go on depreciation for the fourth year. It's now 25% of how much? 25% of how much, Stanley?
23,625.
Yes, 23,625. That is the reduced balance. If we say 25 over 100 multiplied by 23,625, how much do we have? 25 over 100 multiplied by 23,625. What do we get? Yes, Ruba?
5,906 and 25 cents.
It has commas. Yes, let's round up to the nearest dollar. The question told us to round up to the nearest dollar. Yes, that's what they meant in the event that you have come up with the answer with the commas. You round your answer to the nearest dollar. So if you round it up to the nearest dollar, how much do we have? Yes, Stanley?
5,906.
5,906. Correct. So if we say 23,625 minus 5,906, what do we have? Yes, Tadewa?
17,718.
17,719. Correct. What is the name of this figure? Yes. Disposal value. Yes, it's not exact 18,000 because we have come out with figures with the commas up there, so it's not going to be accurate, but it's close to 18,000. Are we together? Yes. So that is why they said to round up to the nearest dollar. So that is how we calculate depreciation using the straight line method and the reducing balance method. Yes. So just to see if you have mastered the concept. What did I say is the formula of calculating depreciation using the straight line method? The formula of calculating depreciation using the straight line method is Tadiwa?
Cost of the machine minus the disposal value over the number of years.
Yes, cost of the fixed asset. It might not be machine always, but machine is a fixed asset. But we just say cost of the fixed asset in question minus the disposal value all this over number of years, and then you substitute, you put the cost, you put the disposal value over number of years, you come up with your depreciation at the end. And then you also have to note that with straight line method, the depreciation charge doesn't change for all the years. It's the same for all the years. For 4 years, if you have noticed, it was 9,500 for all the 4 years. That's all. Yes. So with the straight line method, it doesn't change. But with reducing balance methods now, if this is the depreciation charges, they are different for each and every year. For the first year, it's 14,000. For the second year, 10,500. Third year, 7,875. Fourth year, 5,906. What have you noticed there on those depreciation charges? What have you noticed? As each year goes by, yes, Tanak?
Yes, each year goes by, starting from the top way to the lowest, the amount changes.
Yes, correct. In the first years, the depreciation charge is high, and as we will be going down the years, the depreciation charge gets lower and lower. Like it was 14,000 for the first year, and then 7,000, 10,500. It's reducing, right? Yes, so that's what happens with the reducing balance method. Are we together? So take note of that. With the straight line method, the depreciation charge is the same for all the years, but with the reducing balance method, the depreciation charge is different for all the years. With the first years, you have the higher depreciation charge than the later years. Okay, so that was it, boys and girls. Please, viewers, do not forget to like our Facebook page as we are tuning in live on our Facebook page on depreciation. It's bye bye for now. Thank you, boys and girls.